I wanted to share with you how to do a couple of custom edits with a set of stairs. So I've got a model here that shows a set of stairs that's got two landings. So it's a U-shaped set of stairs going from first floor to second floor. And then in the basement, we also have a set of stairs that's just a L-shaped set of stairs with a landing going down into the basement. So what I wanted to show you is sometimes on some stairs, there might be a decorative finish on the stair. And mine, for instance, I have a round here. And I wanted to show you how to do that. And I also wanted to show you how to create winders. My stairs at my house don't meet code anymore for current code requirements, but there's a winder, meaning there's a diagonal step up right here that's going across the landing. And what that does is shorten the length of the stairs as they have to be. And there's actually another winder up here on the second landing. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So let's make this really easy to see so we can see the stairs from both sides. So there are the stairs. I just pulled away the wall that you would that would normally contain the exterior wall here. So we walk up the stairs. I'm going to create a winder there, a winder here, and then we're going to continue up the stairs here. And it appears as though I've got to make that wall right there. Let me edit the profile of that wall and see if I can get that to go to the bottom. Oh, that's not where I want it to go. I want that to go here, and then we'll just trim that. This is in the closet, so I must have forgotten to bring that wall back down again. All right, so that should do it. It should take care of what we need to take care of there. And so let's get in here and see how to do these things. So first of all, I'm going to go into the first floor view, and I have to be able to convert the stairs into a set of stairs that I can edit the sketch for. When you look at the set of stairs, this is confusing because we have one set going down and one set going up, and all of these hidden lines and object lines and stuff kind of make it really difficult to see what's going on. So one of the things I would suggest doing is going into your visibility and graphics, and under the stairs and railings for that matter, since we're hit railings first, turn off all of the check boxes that say the above in brackets, and do the same thing with the stairs. Turn off all the above layers, if you will. And that does make it a lot easier to see what you're doing. Now you can tell which set of stairs you're selecting. Those are the ones going down into the basement, and these are the ones that are going upstairs. So I'm going to select the ones that are going upstairs first, and I want to choose the Edit Stairs option. And then I need to convert the set of stairs, the entire thing, into a sketch. So I'm going to select everything. I might have to select one piece at a time, and then hit Convert. And it's going to give me a warning. It says converting an automatic landing or run component to a custom sketch is irreversible. And you can edit the sketch of a custom component, which is what we want to do. So I'm going to hit close just to ignore that warning. And now I should be able to convert everything else. Make sure it's all converted. Yep. I thought it might convert it all automatically, but it looks like we've got to do each one individually. And once everything is converted, you can select parts of this layout and you can edit the sketch. Now, editing the sketch allows you to edit the boundary or the riser as individual pieces. So the black lines that we have here are the risers, the green lines are the boundaries, and there are some rules. I can't use a boundary where a riser is supposed to be and vice versa. So these have to connect in very specific ways. And so I'm going to try a couple of things to show you how to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that boundary edge right there. And I'm going to add one in by using a start end radius tool, which will automatically give me the radius of that last step based off of the distance between the risers. So let's see if this works. And we're going to look at the stairs after they're done and see what that looks like when we do it that way. So if we hit the green checkbox, it's going to tell us whether or not we're allowed to do that. And then when we look at our 3D view, our last step here, going up to the second floor rather, now has this little extra detail on it. But you can see how it translated that. It didn't translate that very well because it's trying to figure out how to join with that tread above. So let's try making that a tread instead and see if we can get it to work. And in some cases, we actually have to extend this out a certain distance, and we might have to actually make this a half round instead of doing a full round like this. So we'll go back into the first floor view, and I'm going to select that last tread, and I can edit the sketch. And instead of having this do that that function, I'm going to instead create a half round that comes to this edge, and then I'll have to extend this riser. I may have to extend that riser out because I know I need to have a boundary on this side. So let's try doing it this way. I'm going to create a riser that starts with the circle, and we'll see if we can do it like this, but it might not let us do that. Invalid sketch. So this is what I mean about breaking the rules. So we're breaking the rules here because we don't have a boundary edge on this side, and each tread or riser needs to have a boundary edge on each side. Even if it's a tiny little edge, it's okay, it will work, but this is not acceptable, or Revit can't create these steps the way we've got them designed. So instead, we're going to create a step here. Oh, we'll use riser. Step right here. I created a line and I wanted to create an arc. So let's try that again. So when you want a riser, we want start end radius. And then I can create the radius. And then I might have to actually create the rest of this as a boundary that comes to that edge. And that might make this work a little bit better. Or I might have to draw a boundary here and then have the arc come out beyond. So let's try a couple of things. We'll use a boundary. I'm going to draw a line right here. And then let's see if that's going to let me. Nope, it won't let me do that. So I have to make that a little bit smaller. So let's make that, well, let's delete it. And I'll try again. So that's got to be a little boundary right there. We'll do a riser again, click on the start end radius, and I'm going to pick this point to this point, and then put in the radius. And that should let me do that, and it should correct the problem. Perfect. So if we look at the 3D view now, the working 3D section, that's more like what we want to see for finish. Is we want to see that tread continue all the way around, and now the riser here wraps around properly, and it looks a lot more complete or finished. Okay, so let's now build a riser here on this landing. So we'll go back to our first floor view. We're still in edit stair mode. We're going to select the landing and choose edit sketch. And I'm going to actually, I may not be able to get this to work this way. I think I might have to, in order to make this a full set of stairs with a winder, I might have to start from scratch. So I'm going to blow away these stairs, and I'm going to create a set of stairs by using the sketch tool while I'm inside edit sketch anyway. So we can do that by choosing, instead of choosing run here, choosing the sketch tool. So let's build these set of stairs from the beginning, right from the first step up to the last step, and we can build it one step at a time. So the first thing I want to do is create a boundary that defines this stair boundary. So this should be, if we do a little bit of math, there should be 3 feet 4 inches plus 10 inches. So that's going to be 4 feet 2 inches. And then I need another boundary going up this way. And then I know I'm going to need another boundary going this way. And I'm just going to draw that in for now, and I'll make adjustments to it as I build the rest of the stairs. I also need a boundary on the other side. And then I know I need that little short boundary over here to get that to work. And now I can start building my risers. So my riser, the count that I had, I think, was 15. So I need to make sure I still have 15 risers. And so I'd want to start here. And I'm just going to put this in as a square one for now. I'm not going to bother with figuring out exactly how to get that to work yet. And then I'll put, because I want to just count up my risers at this point. I know I'm going to have a riser here where the landing meets the one step down. I now know I'm going to have another riser that goes diagonally across to the boundary edges. And then I'm going to have another riser that goes from that corner to the back. And then I can use the offset tool, pick risers in the line. Let's set an offset of 10 inches, which allows me to just draw 10-inch increments. All I'm doing is hitting escape to start at the bottom of the next tread as I build these treads up to where the next landing is going to be, which is right there. Then I want another riser that goes from that tread to the corner. Let's see if that's gonna, I don't know if that works. It looks like I need to fix that so that it hits the right point. Oh, that's right, I'm doing a 10-inch offset again. So let's get rid of the offset. We don't want the offset anymore. And I want that to go from here to here. There to the corner. Let's get that corner to show up. There we go. And so this tread isn't quite where it should be. So I bet you I just need to move this over so it matches, and then I can move that riser. There we go. That should fix the problem. So another riser going from that corner to the boundary, and then we can set our 10-inch offsets again to create the rest of the stairs going up to the second floor. And it looks like it just gave me a count. It's got 14 risers, 1 riser remains. So I'm going to add my last riser here. And I did a pretty good job estimating where that's supposed to go. So we use the trim tool to trim all this up. And before I start doing major editing, I really want to just make sure this is going to work the way it is. So I'm going to hit the green checkbox. And it's telling me that can't run by this sketch. So let's see what the problem is. Well, it might be that I've got some things overlapping that shouldn't be. So we just check the sketch. And from now, why don't we make this a regular boundary edge, just in case this is causing a problem right now, and then we'll edit it after. Let's see if that's going to work. Boundary. The winders might be causing problems, although each line, what I'm looking at is to make sure that each line hits a green line. Each riser, rather, is hitting a green line. Oh, there's the problem right there. Do you see how that's not connected? So I just need to trim those together. and that's probably going to be what's causing the problem. Perfect. Nope. All right, so this, we can't finish the sketch because of this path thing. So I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to finish it yet. And the way we can add that path is to use the stair path. And I can just draw that out. So I'm going to start with the stair path here at the bottom and just draw that stair path all the way through to the top of the stairs. And that's going to create the arrow that shows us which direction the stairs are going in. And it looks like they're going the wrong direction. I'll see if we can fix that, because we can just flip the stairs if they're going in the wrong direction, because the arrow's pointing in the opposite direction. So let's check it out and look at our working section. Yeah, so the stairs now are flipped. So we just need to flip them in the opposite direction. So if I go back to that first floor, I'm not sure how I got them to flip. I thought I started them in the right direction, but no big deal. We'll just take it, edit the stairs again, and then there's a flip tool, and that should flip them in the correct direction. And let's see how they look. So there are the winders. Pretty cool effect. This is probably something that you need to know how to do in case you're doing a existing conditions drawing. These types of winders are not allowed anymore for new construction, but to modify it, all you need to do is create so either a round or a square in here that allows you to give both this step and this step at least a 4-inch width at the narrowest point. So what this is called is a zero depth end to the tread, and that's not allowed anymore with new construction. But you get the idea. You can do that easily once you know what the dimensions need to be for the new set of stairs. So these set of stairs are a bit shorter because we were able to take up treads by putting them into the landing spots. So because we were able to put them into the landings, we don't need them to stick out as much into the hallway on the second floor. So the floor area obviously needs to be adjusted so it matches the new stair position. So we would just edit the boundary and make sure that the new boundary for the floor hits the stairs. Whoops, I'm drawing way more lines than I should here. Let's trim that around the stairs, and that should correct the size of that opening. And we've now created a custom set of stairs that has the winders. Now let's see if we can get this last piece to create a circle, and then I'm going to show you how we can maybe turn the path on the last newel post so it brings that post around. So I'm going to select the set of stairs again, hit edit stairs, and then select the stairs themselves and edit the sketch. We need to keep a little bit of a return here. I'm going to keep that at about 2 inches. And then I want to create a riser that has a radius of, looks like about 3 7/8. We hit the checkbox. Now we have that finished look on the riser. Let's look at the working section. Looks great. So now I'm just going to edit the path of the railing. So we'll do that in our first floor too. Select the railing, hit edit path. And I'm just going to have it turn right here and turn just a little bit. And maybe we want this to be positioned in its center. And let's see what that looks like. It's giving us a warning. I want to know what they're talking about. Okay, so we get a real yucky result there. So maybe we don't want to return it. Select it, edit path, and just have that post finish at the center of the circle. And that should do it. Let's see what that looks like. So that came out a little bit funky. We have quite a bit of a drop here because of where that's landing. but there are ways for us to make corrections to that and mess with it to get it to work. So it looks like this isn't reading properly with where that's terminating. So it might be a matter of going into the first floor, editing that path, and really making sure that this path is right over the stairs. So let's bring that path right over the stairs. And then that, by pulling that path out a little bit more and then having a lot more of a return, we might get this to work. But some of this is just kind of fiddling around with it until it looks decent in your 3D section. And that's exactly what I'd like to see. Now, I recognize that the post is doing something funky here, but there's again, there's some measurements you can do or some adjusting you can do for the style of the posts to get that to work. But there's our finished kind of custom stair. And this is all ways in which to edit anything that's in a sketch, I should say. Well, the stairs in particular, knowing that you can do a sketch of a stair in its entirety is in some ways some of the best solutions to a really complicated set of stairs. In a few more weeks, maybe we might get into talking about rail transitions. For instance, we may not need to have so much of a railing here going down to the basement. What if we just wanted to have a railing that was attached to the wall rather than this whole rail? I will show you how to make that kind of rail system that's a wall mounted one. So give this stuff a try. Make sure that you get a sense of how to do these things so you never know when it might come in handy.